Howdy. Alright, so here's what I've decided. That I've got Windows 8 Developer Preview just chilling out here on my desktop, and I haven't done much of anything to tell anyone else about it, or my opinion, or my ideas, or things like, or just things in general about this strange beast of an operating system that they've given us. So, I want to do it two ways. I'm going to do a short version, which is this one, and then I'm going to do a long version, which will be broken up into several components, video-wise, discussing different sections and things to improve in those sections, and different parts that they sent with Windows 8 Developer Preview that I don't know if they'll come with the final or not, but different components and things that I think they could change or improve or should include in the final if they feel inclined. So let's get started. Alright, this is your desktop. Now to access your start menu, you have a couple of choices to get there. My current favorite way is pressing my start button on my keyboard. But for those that are inclined to do so, you have a couple of ways from your desktop. I can click it up here, or I can come down here in the corner and do the same. So actually, this gives me two start buttons on my desktop. And now this one's more of it shows up in the corner, and if you can see on the right side, the time, the date, and my wireless signal strength, since I'm on a wireless connection on my desktop. And then I get a couple other choices like searching. I can search for apps. I can search for different settings. I can search files, different things like that. And then you can share. And I can only share a screenshot from desktop apps. So I can share screenshots for now, but I think they're probably going to expand that. I can click on devices, and I can play to project, whatever the heck that is. I don't have anything on my network labeled that, so that's kind of strange. Settings, that's a little bit different, so that's actually kind of gnarly. I've got, easy access desktop settings. I can come down here and change my wireless connection to whichever I please. Back up to this. I can adjust my volume, which you probably heard twice. If you have a brightness capable device, tablet would be a great example. Right there would be a good spot for that. Or that's what that's for. Power. Now this is the fun part. So to get the power, you have a couple of ways. You either come down to the corner, go to settings, go to power, sleep, shutdown, restart. Now, mind you, I noticed a really interesting effect when I go to sleep. I have an aftermarket Antec 902 revision 3 case. And when it goes to sleep, it literally goes to sleep. The whole thing. The case, the lights, the fans, everything shuts off. It's like I've turned off my computer. Which is kind of frightening, honestly. I came up here one night and I'm thinking, why is it off? Did it go into hibernation? I thought I turned that off. What's going on? I was freaking out a little bit, and I smacked my keyboard, like I normally do. I just tapped it. And it was like, boom. Here I am. And I'm like, what the hell? So, yeah, it was sleep mode's really low power. If you're wanting to go Energy Star rated, this is definitely the OS for you. In that regard. Alright. Anyway, so that's that part of the start menu in a nutshell. Now, this is what it looks like by default. And this is not a start menu. I'm still calling it that because that's what I'm familiar with. But it is a start screen. Alright, so as you can see, there's some applications I've got over here for like Audacity. I've installed that. I installed VLC. I've installed GNU Cache, Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter, uTorrent, things like that. And you can adjust all this stuff to fit. You just, click and drag. You just drag it around. Camtasia, I've got my Camtasia stuff here. I've got Socialite, which is mostly a Twitter app. Or no, Socialite's mostly for Facebook, rather. And then I've got my Tweetermama, which is for Twitter. Access to the desktop. Now, this is kind of the funky part. I can drag this to wherever, and it shows your currently displayed background. So, as you can see, mine's currently the background of a Oldsmobile Cutlass and all that. So, anyhow. And then I've got my usual icons on my desktop, which are double-clickable. I've got the recycle bin. I mean, it's pretty straightforward what they've left the same, but it's mostly the start menu that's really changed how they've done it. Because, I can click this and go right to libraries, and access my favorites and flip around like that. Or, option 8, to get the control panel, I can do this and go like this. But another way to get to it is like this. I can go to Start, hit Windows Explorer, take right back to the desktop, and pull the exact same thing up. Now for Control Panel, to get it to pin down up there, I had to go to Control Panel, get it to open, and this is what that looks like. And then you had to go down to More Settings, which opens this, and then I pinned it to make it frickin' simple. So I'm going to show you Control Panel in both its forms real quick here. Alright, so you've got personalized, so you're going to change your background, and your lock screen actually gets a pretty picture, which mine's currently a shot of the inside of a DeLorean with the new Nike mags, which I wish I could afford, but I can't. Sad panda. Anyway, so then you can choose apps for lock screen, but I don't have any that can do it yet. But it'd be nice if, like, the weather app could, because that'd be really gnarly. Wake up to your lock screen telling you, hey, it is this warm, or this cold, or this rainy, or whatever outside. That being said, I disagree with the weather. It doesn't always tell me the right weather, I think, because I'll see it and it'll say like 56 degrees. I'll go outside and it's like 63. But that's just me and my 2 cents there. Alright, then you've got users, which allows you to, you're finding this PC with your password. Okay. Apparently I need to take care of that. So you can sign in as me with a regular password. I can do a picture password, which sign in. Okay, so the idea for a picture password is you choose a picture, right? So we'll just choose this one here. We'll hit open. So say I want to do a password on this picture and I have a tablet. Use this picture. So now watch. So you take your mouse and you drag. And then it shows that. And then drag again. And then say I want to do... So when I do it again, you repeat the process. And then you create a picture password, and the next time you log in, you just do what I just did, which I'm not going to keep that, because obviously then you would all know it. Okay, then wireless, no wireless devices are available. So that would be like if you were on a tablet with 3G. Okay, and then you've got your notification, alarms, etc., etc. Then you've got your, privacy, which, that's actually kind of cool. If I had a tablet, this would be where I would go in to do this kind of stuff. Change your time zone, if I have a touch keyboard, which they do have that, but I haven't monkeyed with that. Now, refresh your PC without affecting your files. This is kind of cool. Now, refresh is the same as a reset, except you keep your files, you don't lose them. Reset is literally like tossing in the recovery disk and boom. It's like you never, ever touched it. That I could see being useful in the event of a virus or something, if you could get to this part of that. But at that point, that, might be a little more difficult. Now, searching, again, apps have options to do this kind of stuff. You can share things, and those apps have these options. I can also, send apps to, or send stuff between apps to like if I had a tablet, that'd be nice. Ease of access, I don't use it very much. Some people will, though. Devices. So, these are all the devices that are currently installed that is either detected on my network and or on my computer. I think a bug just flew in my Mountain Dew. I guess not. I took a drink of it. It wasn't in there. So, for example, I've got my microphone, which I'm using. I've got my 19-inch screen. I don't have a fax. What the hell? My Razer Nostromo, my Rocketfish adapter. That's one of my hard drives. That's my Windows 7 drive. Yeah, by the way, to get this installed, I had to be sneaky. I had to unplug my 7 drive before I could do it. I've got my 23-inch Sync Master, my Xbox 360 adapter, my 2 terabyte, my 1000, or my 1 terabyte. Yeah, I know, I've got a lot of storage in this thing. And then sync all my PC settings. You can share this with, I need to, whatever. Anyway, so you can sync settings across different Windows installations, which is really cool. That's like the most awesome part of this whole deal right there. That's going to be the one thing I'm going to really kind of focus on here in a bit. Home group, that, if you have Windows 7, you know what home group is. Haven't changed any, I don't think. Windows update, PC is up to date. It checked at noon, apparently. It installed more, apparently. And then if you click more settings, it takes you to this. which I've already pinned down. So, um, other than that, the other biggest change that they had was this here. They're bringing the ribbon to Windows Explorer, which is nice in its own way, bad in others. It's hit and miss. It just depends on if you're going to use it a lot or not. Some people will love it, some will hate it. I can already foresee this. Okay, open control panel. Yeah, and I did it the quick and simple way. So this is not what it looks like. This is what it looks like by default. This is the very basic, trimmed down version of, hey, this is what you have running. You click more details, and it opens up a frickin', oh my god. I mean, this is like a developer's wet dream right here. I mean, this tells you everything. Memory, megabyte size, how much, megabits is transferring to my disk, how many megabits is sending over my network. Performance, I mean, Christ almighty, look at that. 2 of 6 gigs. It's breaking this down like beyond belief, and I like it this way because this is telling me more about my computer than I care to ever know. And being, I want to know everything about my computer kind of guy, I like it. And app history, this is kind of neat. So this you can look at and see how much time you spent for, like, weather. Mopod. I've spent more data over Mopod and news than I have anything else. However, I spent more time in weather looking at it because it's 6 hours. So I left it open on my alternate screen one night for a while I was doing other stuff. It was great. Awesome. Super. Startup. This is really neat because it tells you your what's starting and the importance of it. Like Steam, it has a high importance. I would be inclined to disagree, to be honest, but that is what it is. I'm just, I don't think Steam's all that important, even though I game on it. Now this tells me user, now this tells me everything this user is running. So say we had another user, and we wanted to see just how much he was doing or not doing. So like system settings application, currently suspended, that's the status of it. Now if I open up a bunch of other stuff based in the start menu, it would show the same thing, but I'll write that down a little bit later for you guys. And then details, this is just literally, this is what most people are used to seeing under processes. However, they've changed that. This list has more information like application versus background processes. This one just shows you like what you're probably familiar to seeing if you're a super nerd. And then this tells you what services you're running, which is the same as before. Not a whole lot of changes there. So that's pretty much the general basic rundown. One other thing to notice as well is, you notice how like before it showed both of your windows. One other thing is, if I take this and drag it to my alternate screen, right, and you see how that stack went away, it's because they've got 2 toolbars, or toolbars for each window, for each display, and on that display, I have it set to show only it's unique to each taskbar. So say I've got Chrome open on this one like I do, and I've got Chrome on my other screen, which you cannot see, I'm afraid. It's unique to each taskbar. Seriously, it is unique to that. So I open it, and now it stacks again. So that's actually really gnarly, because then I can take it and keep my windows separated. So if I had 6 displays or something, I could separate everything a little bit better. That's what I like about it. So anyway. Alright, that's pretty much my basic rundown. Now, as you can tell, there's a lot I can explore and dig deep into. So, there's going to be a few parts to this. It's probably going to be done over a span of a couple of days. Unless I'm not super bored tonight, then I might do them all. Haha. But this is your basic rundown. So, anyway, have fun, kids. Stay safe. Use protection. And above all else, use a good password.